Hey YouTube, doing another Wombleblog, things I've gathered up this week. Not an awful lot off the street, but a few things from the London hackspace is 3-week bin. Biggest thing, well, probably most interesting of the lot was probably this. It's a RFID card reader. Someone in the space tried wiring it up and couldn't get it running under Linux. Got some marks on the board there, looks like something unpleasant, but they said it needed some Windows software, but I can't find anything else about the thing. I've looked up all the codes on it, I've looked up the chips, I can't find any standard software, so I can't think why it wouldn't work. So, because I use Windows, so it's yeah, I don't know what's that's going to go back to 3-week bin. More use from there though. CD drive, little laptop thing, has a little PC IDE adapter. Again, IDE is on its way out, but yeah, the adapter might be some use. Always terribly tempted to just tear them open, take the motors out, because they've got some very nice little tiny motors in them usually. Because the laptop ones, they tend to have DC motors with magnetic encoders on them, so for positional sensing, rather than using stepper motors like the larger CD drives do. And it looks like this thing's just a bog standard CD drive, nothing special, no DVD function, no burning abilities, so it might just be best to tear it to bits. Well, we'll see. That's what I like though. I like these, they're useful for little parts. Maybe I'll do a little video on that. It's not, I'm just trying to think about it. I'll just video everything I do, really. I found these in a drawer. I suppose while I was looking for some connectors, obviously didn't have any naming on them. They both got they're two identical mirror image circuit boards, both with two little linear servos on. Each of the little servos, I don't know if you can make out there, has a little ball joint connector on the top. And from the position of the connector, I mean, the connector's sheared off on this one. It's just pads left, but there's a connector on that one, so they would have been paired up like that, and a little, you know, to get the balance right. I suspect these would have come from it's like a sub-miniature, as a micro remote control helicopters. Because then you would have had two vertical steppers, to control the swash plate and change the direction. You've also got two connectors there, which would be likely for tail rotor, main rotor, and you've got somewhere around here. Oh no, there we are. There's a couple of solder points there, which should probably be a hardwired main battery, perhaps. So, it seems to be PIC control. I mean, it's not an awful lot of interest in it. There's nothing we'll be using for as is. It's a PIC 16F833. And there was this sort of sub-micro equipment is just amazing because of the scale it's built based on. And this is much smaller than the smallest stepper motors that I can buy off the shelf. And the smallest linear ones I can buy for, obviously, for micro gliders, and they're I'd say they're probably about 5mm longer than this. So it's got a very short throw, and they're probably not very powerful at all, but they do seem to be screwed to the board. They're not glued on. There's 4 screws holding that in place. I suspect there'll be a linear potentiometer underneath it, probably surface mount device attached to it, you know, careful alignment job and that. So you'd need to make up some sort of adapter board for it. I'm going to carefully remove that and see what's underneath it. But that's it's a shame you can't buy ones that tiny off the shelf. They come as little sub boards that are about half the size of that entire circuit board, and that might be useful for something very obviously sub-micro. So what comes with that. That's always useful to look at. But oh yes, and finally, a friend of mine found someone throwing this out. Actually, I tell him not finally. I also found a thing, vroom vroom, lawnmower, and that's it here. And that's going off tonight to a friend of mine who's moved to a house that actually has a garden, and they need a lawnmower. So all it needed was a new mains flex, and it seems to run alright. It's covered in paint, looks like bog standard emulsion. Someone's probably had it in the shed, spilt it, and bought a new one for the summer. So yeah, it's going to go off to him, and hopefully they'll get some use out of it. So hopefully that, yeah. But yeah, another friend of mine found someone chucking this out. It's a portable DVD player. The crunching noise is the hinge, which is in a bad way. It also doesn't seem to have any in the way of onboard batteries. It's got a connector at the back there, which would be for a battery pack, and the mains adapter that came in the bag is ready for 1000 milliamps. This is supposed to take 1.25, so there's no wonder it didn't work properly. I've plugged it into my multi-adapter, which is over there, and it powered up alright. The remote control, which a remote control for a portable device, but yeah, that seemed to work. The menus seemed to work. It seemed to be basically functional. I haven't run any DVDs in it, but I have very little interest in actually running DVDs in it. What I'm hoping to do is take the screen off it, because usually the cheap MPEG decoder chips will output PAL video or your NTSC video as standard, and these screens of these are generally a separate module that can take PAL input. And I know this because I've got another one over there. Another one over here, which I did modify and did technically work. Unfortunately, I didn't make note of all the pinouts when I pulled this off a Grundig personal DVD player. So unfortunately, I can't change the brightness setting, which is just that's all in there. The backlight's wired. It's a fluorescent black backlight, so you can't really change that. It's just the amount of light it lets transmit through. Yeah, lovely thing. Runs just bog standard S-video. Composite video input. It did have a mode select for widescreen and 4:3. They're 7-inch displays, which means they fit these. This came out of the Hackspace 3 bin a long time ago, actually. Unfortunately, the controller board didn't work. It's a touchscreen. But yeah, bog standard cheap 7-inch touchscreens seem to be the right size. Whoop. Except not on this one, because this one's larger. This is actually larger than 7-inch, I didn't realise. But that smaller one, this fits alright. But unfortunately I can't just... I made some notes about its inputs, but didn't really fly. Yeah. This one might be a bit more interesting because you can adjust settings using the remote control menu, so I have to find the pinouts, measure them with the scope, and see if there's anything special going through there. The other one was just bias, just voltages relative to the ground, and that seemed to work alright. So I'm hoping this will be the same. It'd be nice to have as a small display, maybe for a Raspberry Pi, a little bit of home automation go on there, or at least some sort of alert screen. You don't have to turn on the main computer or anything. But that should come. That should be a nice little teardown. I'll probably do that in a separate video as well. I think I've gone on long enough there. That's pretty much it. Yeah. More videos to come. Not necessarily wombling videos. Got some actual stuff to take apart on camera, which will hopefully be at least not dull. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.